All right, guys. Number 26.
It's been a while since I've played that little tune.
26.
It's good to have that little tune back, ain't it?
Yeah. Let's mess it up a little bit. But we have a guest today, Mr. Mason Kirby.
Yeah.
Over there. What's going on? How's it going?
I'm good. I don't really know how to act right now.
It's okay. Mason's my little brother. He's Are you still 14?
Yeah.
Yes, that's what I thought. You're 14. What? It's hard to tell with you, dude. You look like you're about 21.
You said little brother and you looked offended.
Yeah,
Mason looked kind of offended.
You can't tell it.
You know, I was hoping it.
If we stood up, he is taller than me. But
We share the same hairline.
we're a couple young guys and getting another younger man's perspective.
Youngest so far.
Yes.
The youngest on the podcast.
Youngest so far. I'm excited to do this one because we've talked about it forever, it seems like.
This is one that I've been most excited for.
This one was in talks before May.
Yeah. We've been in talks for this for a minute. We were going to do it back in May, but we just didn't get around to it. Stuff came up, but we're here now in Colorado.
Yeah.
So it's currently late.
It is a little late.
So
we're waking up our neighbors.
Get some good topics in. We got a lot of topics that Jake wrote down, and I'm excited to hear and talk about it and just trying to get different perspectives, because I think that's the best thing that we can do is get perspectives from different people, different types of people, and just
different ages,
and just see what's going on with everybody and learn from one another. So I'm excited for it.
Well, Mason,
all right.
The first thing I want to get into is the move. You moved. Me and Gabe live in Eastern Kentucky in a really small town, and Mason moved to Colorado Springs with the rest of my family.
Yeah.
That abandoned me.
Not sorry about that.
Yeah. And it's a very different environment for you. There's a lot more opportunity here. So I guess just in general, how has that been?
It's been very strange to go from a school where like I could look around and be like, oh yeah, I know that kid and that kid. Yeah. And then I get out here and it's like I was still meeting people that I didn't know at the end of the year. Yeah.
It's pretty neat.
So with that whole going to the school, how different is it, I guess, from like class periods from back at Estill to here now? How different is it, like the size of the classrooms, like how many kids are in there, how many kids are at your school, and just, I know you said you're still meeting new people every day and just different types of people. How different is that?
I'm going like name off the first question and kind of like onward down.
Yeah.
Except that's not going to be the first question because I may have forgot that. So I think we had close to like 500 people at my school, and the classrooms were definitely bigger.
Yeah.
Each class had like 25, 30 kids, I think. I don't know exactly. Some could have housed more, definitely after we had to move schools midway through the year.
Mm-hmm.
And then in terms of like continuing to meet new people and like how different they are from kids in Eastern, there's a lot of differences. Yeah. Some I will not say. Jimmy, cut that out.
Yeah, Jimmy, cut that out.
So you're in a much more diverse area.
There's a lot of different people. Like, I've met kids who like speak only Spanish.
Really?
And like just a little bit of English, like enough to get by. And
really?
Yeah. Like these two kids were both in 8th grade. One was his sister and her brother. Her brother knew English like very well.
Yeah.
Very cool kid. His sister like didn't know pretty much any.
Yeah.
She knew a little bit. But like throughout the year they would just like I would hear them talk to each other and I'd be like, I wonder what you are saying. And it makes me wish I would have took some Spanish classes.
Yeah. So I'll add to Gabe's question a little bit. How different is the material in school across the country? And how do they cater to kids like that only speak, or that primarily speak Spanish?
Well, the brother and the sister shared all the same classes in all the same periods. So pretty much, I'm assuming the sister was either attempting to learn Spanish, not Spanish, but English throughout the school year, and then her brother was translating for time.
So with the material wise, like are the classes kind of like the same, math, English, science, like that sort of stuff, or is there any like different?
You obviously have like all your base classes.
Yeah.
But in terms of like discovery classes and stuff, it's a lot more like diverse.
Yeah.
But material wise, I knew some of the material I didn't know.
Yeah.
So it was just kind of like figuring out what I knew and didn't know throughout the year.
That's interesting. Didn't you take like a robotics class?
I built a robot.
Yeah, so very different.
Yeah.
My school's rich, bro.
At our high school, I got to sort robotics that I wasn't allowed to use yet for our friend Banks.
Yeah. Shout out Miss Banks.
Because we had the grant to get all that stuff. We had the money. We spent the money. We got all the stuff. But the course material wasn't approved yet, so we couldn't do it. So my job, because I'd finished all the coursework, was to go in the back in the like lab area and sort through all that stuff.
Dude.
But it was neat.
There's also a bunch of very interesting teachers.
I'd say.
Yeah. I'm sure there is.
Like, not too hidden about certain areas. Can I say that?
Jimmy, cut that out.
Jimmy, cut that out.
So going back to what you're saying, so you have 500 people in your like class. So you're starting as a freshman. So you have 500 people in your grade. We had 600 people at Estill County High School when we graduated. So that's insane to me how different the site, because you won't be able to meet everybody.
Yeah.
Because like you said, you knew everybody at Estill, and you go in here, you're still meeting new people. How has that change been different? Have you found yourself getting into more of a group of friends, or trying to branch out to different types of friends or different sorts of groups? How's that been?
Yeah, so in Kentucky, I definitely like struggled a lot with being like, oh, different person here, different person there, depending on who I was around. Mm-hmm. There was a few people that was like just very true of who I was towards them and around them. And here, it's not like I really had the opportunity to meet so many people that I couldn't just have like different identities around them. Because everyone that I met in Estill, I'd been friends with since like first or kindergarten. So I'd kind of like built up these different identities around them that they knew.
Yeah.
But here, like the people that I've met, they've all just like known me for like what I've grown into.
Yeah. That's cool.
So then, outside of school, how is the environment in Colorado, as the locals say? How has that environment changed your day-to-day?
My day-to-day?
Yeah.
I don't know. I get out a lot more in Kentucky. We didn't really have like a park I could walk to with some friends and mess around there for a minute.
Yeah, it was interesting to me. Like the first or second day I was here, some boy knocked on the door.
Yeah, Landon.
And he just wanted to hang out with you guys. And like, that was weird to me, because if somebody came and knocked on our door, it probably would have been a problem. You know?
Yeah. Why are you on our property?
You went through a couple barriers to get here, and dogs. But that's interesting.
Yeah.
So, with getting out more, different experiences, more accessibility to different things, have you found any like any kind of hobbies that you feel passionate about or anything like that that you don't think you would have found in Kentucky, or any different things here?
Um, I don't really know how to answer that like straight on. So I haven't necessarily found any new hobbies. I've kind of like stick to what I've done for the past few years, but I
Yeah.
definitely like in Kentucky I could barely go outside and like walk around for like half an hour and be like, okay. Like here I'll walk down the park, walk by the water,
Yeah.
mess around there for like an hour and just come home.
It's cool. And
So
I'll
that
go ahead.
necessarily isn't a hobby, but like other hobbies such as football,
Yeah.
like in Kentucky, I didn't necessarily have the path like paved because you played football, but like I was definitely known a little bit because of that.
Yeah.
But here I just got to like show what I know and get to build from what I know and not live up to your expectations.
That leads me. That's a really good point that you
I
just
was
brought
about
up.
to transition into football, so I'm glad you did.
Well, that's
that.
a good point you brought up, but that's something else is different here as well because you're now going into high school with a completely new set of teachers, completely new set of everything. When I went to high school, everyone knew me as Alexis's brother. Everyone knew you as Haley's brother.
Yeah.
So everyone, you going into this new, going in. If you stayed at Estill, you going in, you'd been known as Jake's little brother. So now it's interesting that you get to go
I get to like build my
build your own
social group and everything.
And you don't, like you said, the expectations, whether they're good or bad expectations on whatever experience the teacher had with Jake or Haley or Gracie or whoever before you don't have that. And that's just, it's different. I'm not saying it's a good or a bad thing. It's just different than what you would have had back in Kentucky. And I think a lot of the times going in and building that self identity for yourself is really good.
Yeah.
Really, really a great thing because for a lot of times I know for myself I kind of felt like, well, I got to do what Alexis is doing. I got to take all the college classes like she did. I got to do this, this, and this like she did and live up to that because she did very well. So I also have to do very well. Which it's a good thing that you have that examples of your older siblings before you, but you don't feel that pressure that you have to do that with these new teachers making that on you. And if they'd have been, kind of bad kids, it's like, oh, this is Jake's brother. He's going to be a heathen up in here, because that happens too. So you don't have to worry about that. So that's pretty neat.
No, I'm building my own name as a heathen.
yeah. He can handle that, I know.
Yeah.
So let's talk about football a little bit.
I was getting to
And then
it.
I kind of had another question. With that whole, like, you're kind of building your own name out here, what inspired you to do football? Was it just like an obvious choice, or did you find a new care for the sport?
In Kentucky, it kind of felt like I didn't really have to prove myself because I was your little brother. And so here I'd like truly have to prove myself to like be able to play on like C squad, varsity if I want to. Which so far I seem to be doing that a little. That 25-yard block into the end zone may push that back a little, but we'll recover.
You have to be willing to get your butt handed to you a little bit in football. I promise you, me and Gabe have experienced much worse on the field. It's part of the way you learn. But what's your team like? You have a really big team? Is your team like...
That's like 39 players that show up consistently. Sometimes.
39?
Well, 49, I think. It's not good at all.
Well, so, and then what's your coaching staff like?
We have like certain coaches that are like very tough on you, but like are good teachers, and we have coaches that are tough on you yet are funny all at the same time and like get everything done. Is that kind of what you were asking?
Not really, but that's okay.
Okay.
So, like, how many coaches do you have? No, that's okay. How's it structured?
we have 6 coaches.
Gotcha.
We have, so, like, pretty much every coach has something that they're, like, really, like...
Specialized in.
Yeah. I don't know what you all had in high school. Can I ask what y'all had?
We had...
it changed every year.
Our senior year, we had... So we had Markham.
We had our head coach,
Boone,
Markham.
Flick, Harris.
So y'all had kind of like the similar format.
We had a lot of coaches. Actually.
Who else did we have?
And then we had Veej.
Veej was there. I'll put Veej on this hand.
Somebody.
Harris, Boone, Coach Centers, Box. So that's 6 right there. I think that's 6.
Yeah.
I think we had 6, and Veej was there. Then Shay was there.
Shay, yeah.
Every now and then. So we had 6 to 8 coaches there. And that's interesting that you said you only have 6 coaches and only have 39, 40. So
somewhere in between like 30 and 50.
So
that's a good range.
So let's say around 40 kids.
It's not very like.
Which is interesting to say that you have 500 kids in your grade. So let's just times that by 4. We got a school of 2,000 kids, and only 50 of them playing football. So maybe. So what's the difference between the other sports? Are there more one sport athletes one sport athletes? Are there different types of activities to do besides just sports, like different types of clubs like theater and all this stuff? Because I know at Estill you had the main 4 or 5. I mean, you had football, basketball, baseball, softball. I'll put that together. We had soccer both ways. Then we had band. Then maybe tennis and track.
Tennis did all right.
Yeah, tennis has been on the up and up, but it seems like it's just that. There's only like them 7 activities that you could be doing. So how many more stuff is there to do at your new school? And also, how many kids are broken up into those different types of activities?
So like sport players and versus like kids who prefer to do robotics?
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah.
Okay. So there's a lot of like separate activities. Like we had like an esports team for some reason. It was simply Mario Kart and Smash Brothers, I think.
Yeah.
Not too much of an esports team. But like, and then there was also the robotics team, and we also had swimming pool. So there was like more sports options. Like there's just not limitless, but like there's a lot of options. I don't know them all actively.
So I guess more people have more things to choose, and that's why numbers might not be as big as you would think they'd be.
Yeah.
At a school of your size.
So, and I'm sure you don't have like numbers, but does it seem like people are more interested in the non-athletic activities than the athletic activities?
I don't know. I really haven't seen like too much into after school activities since I didn't do football my 7th grade year.
Yeah.
Or not 7th, 8th grade year.
Yeah.
And for everything else, I just kind of like skipped most like after school activities like clubs and stuff. I just wanted to get home.
Yeah.
Hang out for a bit.
Gotcha.
So there wasn't like, I don't really know too much, but I definitely think there's more of a lenience towards sports than.
I wonder if it's because, in Eastern Kentucky, there ain't much to do, job wise. Like go out and get a job. Either you go work outside, or you might be able to find a desk job somewhere in Eastern Kentucky, or
if you're willing to drive out of Eastern Kentucky.
If you're willing to drive, so
towards Lexington.
Yeah,
pretty much
towards Lexington. So for those kids that want to get out of that area, sports is a big way for them kids to get out of that area with college scholarships if they want to go to college. So I wonder if it's not pushed as much out here because there's a lot more opportunity, with whatever sort of job you want to get into, it's here. because you're in a big city and they got everything. So I wonder if that might be a reason of not having as many people say on a team, because you don't have that installed to you when you're little. It's like, well, if you want to go to college, you got to get a scholarship. How are you going to get a scholarship? Well, you got to do really good in school. Well, if you suck at school, you got to be really good at sports. So that might be different, because I don't know if college is more accessible, out here. I don't know the stats on that, but I wonder if that's a difference. If there's more colleges, more options, if it's cheaper, if it's they enroll more people. I don't know. It's interesting how it's different, and that might be a reason, because it's not installed to you since you're little. You have to get a scholarship, either academic or sports. So that might be different too. I don't know if you've noticed that in the 1 year you've been here or not, but I don't know. That's just the thought I had.
I'm going to add on to that a little bit. I don't know if it's pushed so much because a lot of kids they have military families.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And a lot of them are like, oh, well, I'll just follow in my dad's footsteps, or I'll follow my mom's, or both parents.
Gotcha. And
so I feel like a lot of kids plan to go to military.
That makes a lot of sense. There's a strong presence here.
Yeah.
Well, shoot, the Air Force Academy's here.
Yeah.
So Gabe kind of bled into a topic I've got here. And I was going to talk about how, the area we come from tends to just hold people there. Like, for whatever reason, people are born in the mountains of eastern Kentucky and that area, like the Appalachian region, and they're just set on dying there for whatever reason. Like, it just happens. So how has this kind of affected, your perspective, just in general, kind of on life? Because you've moved from a place of very limited
opportunity to a place of very large
the
opportunity.
Complete opposite.
I don't know. My view on life, I guess, is I'll go wherever I need to go. But I do have preferences to where I would like to be.
Yeah.
And some of those are rooted in Eastern Kentucky due to you all being there. And then others are rooted here because there's so much opportunity here that I could just do really whatever I want and probably be able to find somewhere to do that and practice that and grow it.
Mm-hmm.
Does that kind of answer your question?
Yeah, it does. And that bleeds through a little bit more. How much have you thought about post-high school?
I don't know. I thought about it a little bit. I haven't thought I want to go to this school. I took a personal finance class, which they taught us a lot about what do you want to do after high school? What do you want to do after primary school and secondary school if you go? And I've thought about everything that a kid really thinks about, especially nowadays with social media and stuff. I thought about going into blue collar fields because I see that on Instagram, TikTok, all that stuff.
Yeah,
I see that everywhere for unknown reasons. But I just blacked out. Well, that's fun.
Well, that's okay. I've got a point here. I think it's interesting that you see the blue collar life, the whole dirty hands, clean money, that gets pushed a lot. And that, in my opinion, the whole dirty hands, clean money thing is really cringy. I work with tools, you can do well working blue collar. I weld at work. I do all kinds of different stuff at work. We actually have a competitor company. Well, never mind. I'm not going to drop that. Jimmy, cut that out.
Jimmy, cut that out.
But I've done plumbing at work. I've used pneumatics, mechanical stuff. I've done electrical work. I've done all kinds of stuff. And it's not that. I don't think there's as much glory in it as people make it seem. like me and Gabe have talked about a couple times, you put your best stuff on social media.
Yeah.
The part about like the bad parts of your life you don't want to show off.
Yeah.
So that's part of it.
I mean, let me like add on to that a bit. Like, I've seen all that. I know that like there is money to be made because I've talked to you about it before. Because you're like one of the main reasons why I've even thought about going to field like that.
Yeah.
So like, I've talked to you about it before, and you're like, there is money to be made, but you do have to be like very high in the command to be able.
Yeah. Sometimes it depends on the trade because of a lot.
It's like if I went into construction, I'm gonna be like making $20 an hour.
It just depends. The biggest thing is the more money that you make for somebody, the more money they're going to be willing to pay you. That's like capitalism. That's just how it goes. But another thing is kind of the revolving door. So college gets pushed to my generation before us, like pushed really hard. If you don't go to college, you will not succeed. That was like, heard that my whole childhood. So you have all these kids that go to college, they all get a 4-year degree, they all get out, and they all work office jobs. Not all of them, just in general, a lot. A lot of people have psychology degrees. Like, a lot of people have psychology degrees. The psychology department is one of the biggest departments that, like, in any college you go to. And whenever you do that, you flood that market of employees. So you've got all these people getting degrees, and they're all competing for the same spot. Eventually, you're going to overfill that pool. You're going to have too many people going for that same spot. And the value of that is going to go down. And since you pushed all these kids to go to college, you have less people going to the trades. And you have all these people retiring from the trades and not enough people coming in to fill their positions. So now the demand for trades work has gone up. And I think that here in like 10, 20 years, you're going to see it flip right back because everybody's talking about the high right now of getting in there, finding a niche, and doing some sort of service. It's going to flip because people are going to start pushing to go to the trades because plumbers average $45 an hour and IBEW electricians minimum $28 an hour. So that's higher than a lot of college graduates make, like fresh out of college. Not to the end of the career, but fresh out. So I think you're going to see that flip.
Which, like, I've thought about going into that, and that's going to kind of be like my final statement there. If I get kind of back towards that certain area, I think I'll probably try to bring it back to the original question and statement.
Yeah.
In a sense. Unless you have something you want to add.
I'll go with it.
Okay. And then, like, other than that, I thought, like, why not go to college, get a degree in engineering, and, like, biomedical is something that I thought about. Or something like that.
Yeah.
Kind of, like, deal with the body and medicine. Because I don't want to just be doing something for money. If I want to do that, I'd start selling drugs.
Yeah.
All right.
Fair. Let's go.
So I also like want to not necessarily be in service of people, but like in services that can help people.
Yeah.
So like my thought, like, you know, every little kid's like, oh, I'm gonna go be in the army. I'm gonna go be a police officer, paramedic, whatever. Not many paramedics, but I don't believe. But, like, I've thought about all those, like, general areas. But, like, I don't just want to be doing something for money. Because if I'm just doing it for money, then I'm just going to hate it.
Yeah.
And if I also, like, am making enough money to get by and still have some to spend on myself or whoever I wish, and I'm having fun doing my job, I will be happy doing that.
Yeah. there's a lot of it's like I've talked about it a couple times now. It's really easy to get caught up in the measurable statistics, the number on your bank account. But then you really think about that, and you're like, well, I'm looking at numbers on a screen, which there is dollars there. I know, I get that, but it's not easy to measure how well you sleep at night or how happy you are. So that gets set aside first because it's not measured, it's not managed. Gosh, I feel like Dad right now. Except I kind of spin a different message.
I think it's neat though that you're wanting to have that option of biomedical. I mean that's very neat, wanting to provide. I mean, the ability to have to serve to other people. I think that's cool.
I've looked at pay; it's pretty good, and also I would get to like help with developmental like medication in that sort of field, which is something I would not mind doing because not only would it be like, yay, I'm going to help make things to help other people, but I'm also like buying new pillows every month just because I can.
Buying new pillows.
Dude.
You know what? Go for it, buddy. So, this kind of makes me think of, like, whenever I was a sophomore, I started, like, to become an actual person. And I was thinking more about what I wanted to do. And I did one of those quizzes that you do where you answer a bunch of super generic questions.
And they tell you what job you're fit for.
They tell you what job you're fit for. Load of crap.
Yeah.
But I did one of those, and engineering was on there. So I look into engineering. I was like, man, I could help people. I could build bridges. I could build cool stuff that's going to help people. It's going to improve people's lives. And then you go to college, and then you start studying this, and you go to a job fair, and you're like, oh, there's a table that says Lockheed Martin. What do they do? And they're like, hey, you want to build missiles? And you're like, oh. You go down to the next one. They're like, yeah, we're a earth drilling company. And you're like, okay, that's boring. And you go to the next one. There's another gun manufacturer. And the next one, there's another bomb manufacturer. It's funny.
On them tests, I always got like, be a great professional athlete, or you'd be a great actor. I'm like, yes, I can do both of those. Thanks. Thank you.
Dude, thanks. I took those in my personal finance class. Also, I saw y'all looking at each other with that. Did y'all not have like...
No, we didn't have that.
No. My bad. I'm just flexing y'all's face real quick. No, but like they would have us do like those sort of tests, except it would be like 58 questions. I don't know how many y'all would have or whatever. Yeah. But you'd like take full class periods and you just sit there filling out this like thing on your laptop. And I mean like it would like always be like so many different fields.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's kind of where like the whole biomedical engineering thing came from.
Yep.
But it wasn't like I just found that. I think I like kind of like researched into that a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
But like other than that, it was like each time I would be like, yeah, you should be like an engineer next time. Do construction next time. Be an English teacher. What?
There's just a wheel. It randomly spins the wheel. And it's like, wow, this is what you should do.
Yep.
You'd be a good professional singer is what you do.
I said I hate public speaking and singing.
Public sinking.
But going back to those personal finances class, it's really neat that they're starting that. You know, because I had some sort of business money management class senior year in high school with Markham.
Yeah.
And,
no.
I mean, it was all right. I just think that if you need to start pushing that young. You can't just say, have a senior that's wanting to get out of school like I was, my senioritis kicking in. You start there at the winter break and shove all the seniors in that. This is what you need to do with your money. I'm like, I don't have any money. Why does it matter? You know, so that's.
Did they try to like teach you 50, 30, 20 or whatever?
Yeah,
I've slept since then. I don't know. It's like I didn't even open a savings account that earned interest until 2 months ago. So,
God.
So like,
I mean,
it's interesting. I'm glad that they are pushing that different here.
I mean, part of the reasons I took it is because I didn't want to take Spanish or art.
Yeah.
Or like theater or something.
Yeah.
So I was just like, I'll take personal finance.
gosh.
No, but did like, so like high school, like class signups is kind of what we had.
Mm-hmm.
I remember like it was very weird because they just handed us this like this long of paper and was like a very tiny desk. So we would have to like sit there, scroll at the paper and fill it out. But like whenever it got to like discovery classes and stuff, it was like business marketing, advertisement, art and design. It was so many different things. And then there was like automotive tech. I signed up for business marketing and automotive tech. I remember that.
Uh-huh.
I think I got one of those.
Nice.
I think automotive tech would be neat. They're really pushing with the ATC now at Estill. They're really pushing all that stuff, which I think is good.
Banks would just let us go over there and like bother them because like she had 4 of us. Like, what are you gonna do with a class of 4? She would just send us over there, and MB would just be like, "Yeah, you're doing that wrong." You know what I'm talking about? MB.
Oh yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're doing that wrong. I did this in my Prius. Like, no, you did not do that. Sorry, that was a tangent.
No, you're good.
So, you kind of already hit on it. You talked about how if you just wanted to make money, you would sell drugs. So, whenever you pull down all the, like, and I already did it to you. It was kind of my plan. I was going to jump you and be like, hey, you got plans for after high school? And I was going to tell you that you don't have to have it all figured out.
You trying to have me cry on the podcast or something?
No. No. So, like, whenever you take out all the noise of, like, expectations, fear, what people are going to think about what you're doing, whenever you bring all that down, all that noise down, what do you really want?
What do I want?
Like, what do you really want?
Can
think
you
long
be
term.
more like specific?
Think long term. No, because
Like
it's
just
a hard
what I
question
want to do with my life?
What do you want?
What do I want?
It's a hard question to answer.
I don't know.
See, I don't even know if I could answer it.
I guess
Yeah,
just
I'm glad you ain't asking me that question.
have enough money to get
Why
by
not?
and be near family. That's about as good as it can get.
I like it. It's a cheat answer.
Keep
Gabe,
life simple.
What do I want?
bring everything down. Bring out all the noise. What do you want?
Bring out all the noise. I guess I want a wife and kids, and the ability to provide for them, and the ability to do the things that I want to do, and to see the things that I want to see, and to serve the people that I need to serve. I think that's what I want.
Very good. Got a bunch of family men on here.
But that is really a tough question when it comes to the side of the business side of yourself. I guess what do you want? Because you got a personal side and a business side. Most people do, anyways.
What do you mean?
The business side of myself has no clue what he wants.
Yeah.
The business side of me wants this. I guess I want this to turn into something that, hey, this is going to be huge. This is going to be something special. This episode, whether this one comes out first or the other one we shot this week comes out first, whatever. But we're almost a half year into this. You know, we're 26 weeks into this. So just staying consistent with it. And we've seen growth, it's been small growth, but it's growth. It's turning into something, to something that I think people talk about, because I've heard people talk about. There's people willing to come on here and be a part of it, and people asking to be a part of it. and that growth of it is very neat. And I guess what I want is that to become something that everyone can be a part of, that everyone can hop on and say, hey, be good to your brother. Like that. I want that to be something that people see and people resonate with. It's like that that means something. That means something to people. That, hey, maybe I do need to check the way that I'm treating other people. Maybe I do need to check the way that we coexist with different types of people, that we work with different types of people, and just being good to one another and being good to your brother. That's what I want. But anyways, back to Mason. This is Mason's show.
I like that. No, get on your soapbox, brother.
This is Mason's show.
Give him a round of applause.
I'm about that, man.
But anyways,
you made me think of a TikTok I saw one time. I hate doing that. I saw TikTok. It was a TikTok, and it's this
all
kid.
on TikTok. Gotta be true.
And somebody asked this kid what they want to make when they're older, like money. And the kid's like, I want to make people feel better.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh man, I missed the point. But yeah.
I mean, I don't know. With the whole podcast thing, like, not to insult the podcast because this is cool and different. Like, it's not more entertainment based than anything.
Yeah.
It's more like focused towards bettering yourself and others, which there is podcasts that are like that. I don't know them because I don't really listen to podcasts too often.
Yeah.
But like, it's different than just being a form of entertainment other than like music, radio.
Yeah.
But I honestly think if y'all want to see growth, like I think the Manitou Incline doing a podcast up there, I think you will see a bit of growth from that.
Yeah, getting out and doing different things.
Leaving the holler.
Because I'm surprised if like somebody hasn't like posted a photo of you all doing a podcast.
Oh boy, I hope not.
What do you mean?
I'm just kidding.
Like the Manitou Incline group, which like over, I think like close to 1,000 people follow.
Yeah.
What are these guys doing and why do they talk so slow?
We're working it out in our heads.
No, but I like the way you kind of said that, of getting out and branching out and doing different things. That's how you see growth, and I think that's what we tried to do this week. Is to
I think we succeeded.
Different types of.
But like, if you keep on like doing podcasts in different places, like it doesn't have to be a place. It doesn't. Like you could like do podcasts in different formats. Like I think the podcast on the drive out here, I think that was cool. That was a different format. I like that.
Cool.
A lot. And then on top of the incline, that is like, I think that would draw a lot of attention to the podcast because either somebody's going to ask the question of what are these guys doing, or if somebody came up to you, I don't know. Yeah.
They didn't, but no.
No. Somebody may like post a photo, ask, hey, does anybody know who these people are and what are they doing? And it may not like be seen by many, but there may be like 20 people that see it, and somebody may be like, yeah, I think they do like a podcast or something based off the looks of it. And y'all may get a little bit of recognition off of that.
Cool. We need to have more deer, is what that means.
Yeah. But I do like that, just the idea of branching out and doing, different things. And I think that once this is out, I don't know if we'll have other stuff out like that, but we've recorded a lot, and we've done a lot this week to try to help the brand and try to boost it. And I think eventually, if we stay consistent with it, it will. But going back to Mason.
Yeah, give me back my glory and fame.
This is his show.
My 20 minutes of fame.
But we kind of skipped out. We kind of got into the football question part, and we didn't really go that depth into it because I asked a different question. It just went down a different line of path. But with football, I'm interested to hear you speak about it and speak on it because I coached you that one year, and just seeing and I know you didn't play middle school. Did you play your 7th grade year? You played your 7th grade year, but you didn't play last year out in Colorado. And when all that you have played football, it was Estill County Youth Football.
It's not going to be good.
It was Estill County Youth Football, and I'm just going to leave it that way. It was Estill County Youth Football.
We tried.
We tried.
Are you insulting how I play football?
No, I'm not insulting you.
No, I'm joking.
No, I think he's heading the opposite direction.
But what I guess the point I'm wanting to get to, you didn't play last year, but comparing yourself from years past playing, how different has your ability to play and to be a part of a team and to be kind of just how different is it? I guess is the question I'm asking. How different?
I ask like in terms of like what?
Yeah, so when you played football when you were little, it was
unorganized.
We go out to Wiseman Crossing, we do Oklahoma drill for an hour and a half, then we go home. We go on the road and get killed on Saturdays.
Is it like more?
Then we come home and do it again. So
organized?
Yeah, I guess the question I'm asking, what is it organized more, and is it better to play? Is it more fun to play?
I don't know. It's been like a lot more strict than what I've seen elsewhere because and they were like, okay, y'all are gonna get killed. Why not just let y'all mess around a good bit?
Yeah. Excuse me.
But
yeah.
Here, our coaches like cracked down on us and was like, y'all need to lock in. Not going to repeat what the coach said because a lot of words.
Well, that's every football coach.
Yeah.
Yes.
But he like definitely like was like, y'all need to stop messing around so much. Y'all haven't earned the right to mess around.
Uh-huh.
So it's definitely like much more focused towards the actual aspect of earning your like way through it.
Okay.
Which I like a lot. And then it's also much more organized. So like I don't know if it's just where we've jumped from middle school and below to high school. So that could be part of it. But also like the coaches are like kind of figuring out who they want as their players. And they're organizing kids into separate groups. And then we all like come together and do team practice, which is just a bunch of drills and hitting each other. Which arguably best part.
Yeah.
So it's much more organized than it was in Estill. Does that answer your question?
I think so. With the size of the teams and stuff, but I'm not. It is different because high school football for us was a lot different than Little League football and a lot different than middle school football. But I think it's neat that you're in a place now that whether I guess you're old enough to experience a real football team, I guess is what I'm getting at, because the ability to experience a real football team is one of the greatest things you can do, in my opinion. It builds so much character. It builds so much. It grows you so much, and I'm glad that you're still getting to do that. And I saw that field that we drove by that you play a lot of your home games at. It's a nice field. Like you were talking about, shooting your pads and equipment's right here. I mean, that's nice equipment. So you're getting really good stuff here and good opportunities. And what I think your mom said that they were building like an indoor facility for you guys too.
Yeah, it's like 60 yards of field, and then it's got like an equipment room and everything in it, which will be nice, and it may have a second floor for like baseball and stuff.
So like stuff like that too, getting to experience that. which Estill did get a lot of new stuff.
We had an indoor facility.
It was a basketball court.
Basketball gym.
You brought your tennis shoes to practice if it was going to rain really hard.
We go in there and run inside zone and say, "Don't go to the ground. If you go to the ground, you're going to die. You're going to get killed."
Yeah, I remember doing that my 7th grade year. There would be like one thunderstrike, and they would have us walk all the way down the locker room because they just were like, "Bring your water bottle and your pads, and then that's all you will need for practice."
Yeah.
Even though that way we're forecasted for like pretty much a tsunami on land, starting at Lake Reba. So we would like go inside and just do stuff in there. I also remember a kid was like, "Mason, I think I felt the ground shake whenever you hit the ground." I was like, "Thank you." Sorry, that was tangent, but
It's okay. So how do you think football is going to help you for the rest of your life?
I don't know. I think it will definitely help to like build discipline and stuff. And then it will like, you gotta work as a team in football, I guess. The team may all not always work or be fully functional. So it seems.
Yeah.
But yeah. So I guess it'll help with like just working with others and discipline.
So just in my, I'm not even 21 yet, and I'm sure that Gabe can agree that like I continually have experiences where I'll reflect on it and I'll be like, my experience in football improved the way I could handle this situation more than I possibly ever realized while I was playing. Can you agree with that?
Mm-hmm.
Because like in my job, I mean, I don't have like a real dirty job, but like we do some dirty work. It just depends. And like hard work some days.
I'm glad you clarified what type of dirty work.
Jimmy, cut that out.
Jimmy, cut that out.
But like seriously though, seeing just like you can tell with people you work around, just the constant complaining and inability to handle a slightly more stressful situation, and like just little stuff. You just keep realizing how much football's helped you, and just the discipline. And I hate to say it, but a little bit of grit goes a long way. Just a little bit of grit goes a long way. And me and Gabe were talking today about like, I'm really not a very fit person. Like, I exercise, but I'm not a crazy marathon runner. But like, just my level of fitness feels like a cheat code sometimes. Like we were on top of Pikes Peak today, awesome, and like, it wasn't that bad. Like I was at 14,000 foot elevation, and like it was a little harder to breathe, and that was about it.
Yeah, we're climbing on rocks and stuff. It was a fun time.
But like, I could handle that, and you could tell that there were a lot of people up there where it was like they were really struggling, and that's probably because they just don't have like a baseline level of fitness.
But I think adding on to that, just the ability to persevere, because I had some times in my football career where I could have laid down and quit.
I was tempted to at the scrimmage last Friday.
Yeah.
Whenever I got pushed into the end zone.
Yeah.
Like, I literally, after I got took out after doing 49 plays.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry, I just got to flex that off in case there's any ladies watching. But I just, like, went over the sideline, got to, like, our spot, got some water from a teammate, and I just kind of, like, crouched down there and just, like, thought for a second, teared up a little bit.
Quitting.
not necessarily quitting, but I was just like, I could really just like take my pads off, go home right now.
Yeah.
But I was like, I can't do that because I've worked all summer long with this team and I've got to know these people. I can't just kind of like leave.
Yeah. Mm.
So that was like a big thing for me.
I like that the part where the teamwork and not letting people down. You learn in football that you can't if you let somebody down, the whole team's just done for.
Yeah.
Like if you say we're running a sweep play to the right, the tight end misses his block, misses the reach block, that whole play's just done for. Or if the guard misses their block, linebacker shoots through the hole, sacked in the backfield. Or the running back fumbles the ball, the plays dead. So it's all those different things. If one person fails, the whole team fails. And that's such an interesting thing about football is that if you have to have one another's back because not everyone's ever going to be perfect on every single play or every single incident in your life or every single whatever. You're going to fail. You're going to struggle, but you never want to quit on one another. And I think that's what football has kind of taught me, because there was points in my career playing that I kept messing up, and getting hounded at by Coach Flick, and just he's throwing his hat at me and all this crap. And I seriously had thoughts like, I'm telling myself, I can't do this. I'm going to lay down and quit. But then there was that other side of me. It's like, why am I going to lay down and quit? That's just...
You can't cower out now.
Yeah, you can't. Like, you've worked...
You got 2 more quarters left. What's the point of cowering out now?
It's like you've done all this work for this. You have one bad day, and that just makes you want to lay down. No, you can't do that. And that you can't do that in life either. You can't just quit. You can't just lay down and quit. So I think that's something that football's taught me very well, is that the ability to persevere through different things and through hardships and through challenges. And I don't think if I didn't play football, I wouldn't have that ability to persevere through those hard things. So I'm grateful for that.
The humility of it is great. Because
I was getting grief on the sideline. Like, I would be trying not to, like, break down actively. And a kid would walk up to me and be like, hey, man, like, good plays before you got pushed into the end zone. I'd be like, oh, thank you.
Thanks, buddy.
Go away.
Yeah, the humility is great because a lot of people walk around with no, I don't want to say, like...
Ego check.
Yeah. I was thinking, it sounds wrong to say, but like combat experience. Like no, people go around without having ever been in any sort of physical struggle. But there's a lot of guys out there with a lot of ego that have never been in a physical struggle that think they would dominate. And you can pick those guys out pretty easy, and they're not fun to be around.
Quarterbacks.
Shout out. Tynese, Mason has challenged you to a fight. Bare knuckle.
I got that
for you. No, in all seriousness, like Gabe was saying, if I'm the right guard and we're running a sweep to the right, then
to the left,
then and I miss my block, I miss that block in my V gap, and the linebacker just goes through. They could like just kill my running back or my quarterback, and then like you're gonna see that on film next Monday. And you have those plays.
Oh crap! I'm gonna see.
You have those plays, and you're like, that's gonna suck on Monday film. And then you also have to look at that guy get up off the ground and be like, man, I'm the reason that happened.
Yeah.
And people get frustrated, but you have that brotherhood. I hate to say that because it's like what everybody says, but you have that brotherhood of like.
You have that bond.
Yeah, like everybody's gonna make mistakes. It'll be all right, but it still sucks whenever it's your mistake.
And going back to that brotherhood aspect of it all is that, you know, I like to see everyone that I played with, I like to see them succeed. And now, it's like the other day when I was car shopping, it's like I went and saw one of the first guys I went and saw was Jonathan, you know, to try to see what kind of deals they had because I wanted to support him. You know, we had Elliot on. We want to see him do good things. We had Ty on. He's doing good things. We've had just talking to Bailey at a wedding the other day and just seeing the stuff he's doing. And it's neat that I want to see everyone that we played with, I want to see them succeed because at one point in time, they were my best friends. You know, life happens and you kind of spread apart.
Grow apart.
But you always want to see them do well and you always want to see them succeed. So I think that's a really cool aspect of football is that bond that you make with people that you play with. So that's neat.
Got anything to add about football?
What position are you playing?
Not really. Practicing at defensive end. I don't know how that will end up though.
Dude, you had one bad play.
I know.
Up over it.
Don't need to.
But
don't do you any good.
Is it your dead week right now?
Yeah.
Okay, so it's dead week right now.
I mean, it's dead week in between team practice and before actual season starts on the 4th.
Okay. So, playing defensive end, freshman getting varsity reps over here. Pretty cool stuff. We're proud of you.
Definitely.
We're proud of you. We're proud of you doing good things with football, and I'm glad you're playing.
Amazed by the progress you've made.
Thank you.
Like, watching the really bad videos that Mom and Dad took of you on the field.
Thank you. Calling those out.
Super impressive.
Or seeing some of them pictures of you at halftime
Jimmy,
when we were
pull those videos up.
Yeah. Jimmy, pull that up. Any more football questions?
No, I'm just glad you're playing and you're doing well with it. I'm happy for you. And you got a speed flex.
Yep.
And I'm so jealous.
$500 helmet.
I put that on. I was like, wow, I could just wear this.
I could just take this home.
It's a little different from my old concussion bucket, you know?
Dude, they have concussion sensors in our
Somebody
helmets.
took a hole saw to a 5-gallon bucket, and that was my first helmet.
This is a tangent, but like I remember whenever I was playing flag football, there was this one play, and it may be the funniest thing to ever happen on a football field, but I had to block this scrawny kid. I was, ate a bunch of honey buns. Ooh, voice crack.
Jimmy, cut that out.
Jimmy, cut that out, please. But I shot like straight up.
Yeah.
And I didn't see the kid. And it turned out that he had somehow managed to go in between my legs. So I was just over top of him and just kind of standing there for a second. Blocked him real well. I mean, block worked.
I'm not really sure what's going on, so I'm going to move on.
My bad.
I'm going to move on to my next question.
I don't know what
And this is a heavy hitter, so be ready. Mason.
Jake.
For $1 million, do you have 3 core values?
Ooh.
I'm going bankrupt. Can I say that? I don't really have any.
Bankrupt.
Well,
I mean,
or you could be fun and you could try to think of 3 or something like that.
I know family and like friends are just right there. But can those count as core values?
Family and friends can count as core values. I would say so.
I don't really know what I would put at my third. I guess like loyalty.
Loyalty.
Not bad. See? You're not bankrupt. I don't have $1 million to give you, but you're not bankrupt.
I think TK still got his beat with core values: faith, family, integrity.
Faith, family, integrity is killer. He's in the next room so he can hear us praising him.
Allegiance, accountability, authenticity is the shows. Mine's perseverance, consistency, and I forget the one.
Love, patience.
Third one
gratitude.
doesn't matter.
Love, patience, gratitude.
What was my third one? Consistency.
I don't remember. I know you.
Perseverance.
You made it on the podcast.
Yeah. I can't know. I don't know.
I can't know.
Faith. Which one was yours? Friends, family, and loyalty.
Write that down.
Friends, family, loyalty. FFL.
Shout out Arthur.
Shout out Arthur.
Oh, Arthur.
Oh, Arthur. Sorry, we've had a lot of inside jokes in this episode.
We really have.
Oh, Arthur.
Don't bring out the wrench. Though.
Yeah.
Don't bring out the wrench.
I think.
Keep that wrench up.
How are we doing on time?
We're doing well on time.
That's what I thought.
We're doing
you ready
really
to get
good.
into some scripture?
We can. We have what other questions we got for him?
That one was going to be one for if it was applicable. I don't think it's applicable.
Okay.
I was hoping
Can I
you would.
still hear?
Well, I was kind of hoping you weren't going to answer that quickly, and I was going to ask you how to take action on finding 3 core values so that you can set up a roadmap for where you're going. Little TK action. But you already did it. I didn't have to walk you through it any. Good job. Well, before we get into our scripture, though, I will say, and I am biased, I'm incredibly impressed with how this interview's gone.
I am too.
I don't think I could have interviewed another 14-year-old and it go nearly as well as it has. So, kudos to you, sir.
Except for my attempted tangent.
Attempted tangent.
Tangents
Football.
are good.
Oh, yeah, tangents are good. Trust me, buddy.
Oh, I know. I've heard a few on the podcast.
You watched the show. I get off on my tangents. There was the the gorilla incident.
What?
Jimmy, pull that up.
Jimmy, pull it up.
Jimmy, make the rest of that podcast this, or the gorilla incident.
So, thank you, Mason. We'll get into some.
You're welcome.
We'll get into some scripture. Today we've got Psalm 31:1. In you, O Lord, I have taken refuge. Let me never be put to shame. Deliver me in your righteousness. I really like that verse. We should be taking refuge in God. With any burdens we have, we should be going to Him. We shouldn't be trying to support the weight of all our burdens by ourselves. A burden halved is a burden shared. But Jesus is there to take your burdens. So it's just, whenever I read that today, and I'll admit I looked up a verse of the day and that was it. But whenever I read that today, it really resonated with me. And I thought about it and I was like, how come every time that there's a burden, the first instinct for so many people is to just hold it. Like just to hold it on their shoulders right there. Why is our first instinct not to run to God and give Him our burdens?
Mm-hmm. That is interesting. What do you think on that, Mason?
Can I phone a friend to reread the scripture?
Yeah, I got you. In you, Lord, I have taken refuge. Let me never be put to shame. Deliver me into your righteousness. I'll let you think about it and I'll go. So, going into what you're saying, that we don't put our burdens onto the Lord, which a lot of times we don't. And it's an odd phenomenon why we don't do that. Because we literally have, since once Jesus died on the cross, we have a direct line to God through prayer. We don't have to go and make sacrifices. We don't have to go to a priest and let them talk to God for us. We have that direct line through prayer, through Jesus. And it's funny that we don't do that as much as we need to. I don't do that as much as I need to. It's funny how sometimes that gets put on the back burner, and it shouldn't be that way. but I guess that's the human side of us. We're not perfect. So that brings us to the point of, well, we recognize that we aren't doing that, so let's do that. Let's challenge ourselves to do that and to take action, like you were saying, and move forward with that and say, hold up, I do have these problems in my life. Instead of just sitting here and burying them down deep down and not being able to communicate anything with anybody else and have all this stuff twisted in your mind, all this stuff, let's take a step back. It's like, hold up, I have these problems. Let's try to find a way to fix it. Hold up, I know a way to fix it. Let's pray to God about it. Let's put all those burdens onto Him and let Him worry about it. Because He's got a plan for us. And if we just trust in Him and throw all them burdens and give all them burdens to Him and take refuge through Him, He will deliver us. He will. Through Jesus, He has delivered us. So I think that's really good reminder that this verse is, in you, Lord, I have taken refuge. Let me never be put to shame. We need to be taking refuge in God and not in the world and all this stuff that we get kind of worked up in and try to handle things on our own, when a lot of times we need to go to Him. So that's kind of my thoughts on it.
Sorry, Mason. It's incredibly hard to follow up on behind Gabe.
Yeah.
Anytime you're talking about Scripture. But good luck.
I don't know. I don't have like too much room to really like speak about like not doing that, but I do have plenty of room to speak about my personal experience with it. Because I'm not good at that at all. I just simply, whenever I like really have a problem arise, like there are times like on the bus today, I was scared so bad that I started praying. I don't know why. I just did.
Yeah.
And that's like, that was the most recent time that I've prayed. And it was to ask God for something because I felt that was in a time of need whenever I probably would have been fine. So I kind of feel like I'm just going to God whenever I need something and like just like not whenever I just can.
I do that a lot too. I do. It's like,
I'm definitely guilty.
How often do we go to God? It's like, hey, God, I need this, I need this, I need this, I want this, I want this, I want this. Instead of saying, hey, give me some opportunities where I can get this. Give me some opportunities. One of the things that people say all the time, you pray for patience. Well, God gives you opportunities to be patient, right? So,
Tyler. Sorry.
But, you know, we do that as people. We do that a lot. And I'm not saying it's a bad thing. It's never a bad thing to go to God in prayer.
No.
And I'm not saying that it's bad to pray for things that you need, because it's good to go to God in prayer. It's good to talk to God. But I think it's a good reminder for us that, hey, we're allowed to talk to God about other things too. We're allowed to praise God. We're allowed to say, hey, God, thank you for this. Thank you for this great day that we've had. Thank you for these blessings. Thank you for this podcast, right? And I think it's a good thing that we have that ability to talk to God. And I think this scripture is a good reminder to us that, hey, I'm gonna take refuge in God, just like the psalmist said there. So pretty cool stuff. We got Kit Kat in the background over there.
Yeah. She's meowing at me to come upstairs.
We've occupied Mason for too long. Well.
But like, I don't really have too much room to speak on it because I haven't done it a lot.
That's fair.
So I'm trying not to leave it at that, but I don't really have like much more room to go after that.
That's okay.
But I do see where it can be helpful because what?
She's meowing over there.
I know, she's going to jump down there and get on the couch soon. Hey. This is my segment.
Anyway,
you'll get your interview next. But I guess I can just see where it can be helpful, but it's definitely good just to be able to have like somewhere where you can like kind of like store things that you're feeling in a sense.
Definitely.
Cool beans.
Definitely.
Jake, got any thoughts on that to add to?
No, I don't. He turned into the interviewer, not the
Yeah, I'm
interviewee.
trying to do
There we
that.
go. Gabe, you got anything?
Oh, I kind of like what else it says here. Verse 2 says, "Turn your ear to me, come quickly to my rescue, be my rock of refuge, a strong fortress to save me." So that's just building on to that strong refuge that God is. Since you are my rock and my fortress, for the sake of your name, lead and guide me. I think that's something that, when we're praying to God, we need to be saying, "Hey, guide me through this. I can't get through this alone." Was it TK that said with the flashlight things, like you can see up to the corner, but you can't see what's around the corner?
A light unto my path and a lamp unto my feet.
Yeah.
And like God will show you the path, but you don't see around the corner.
Yeah. So.
Dang.
So
That's a heavy hitter.
So I think it's neat that the psalmist here says that, hey, lead and guide me through these problems I'm having. Lead and guide me through these troubles I'm having. But also guide me through these good things that are happening. Always be my guide. Always be there for me, and let me take refuge in you. So I think that's a good verse that you found here today. And it's a good reminder for us that, hey, we can go to God in prayer. We're allowed to. We're allowed to. So let's do it. We have the ability to. So let's do it. And let's be constantly doing it. So I think that's my bit for it.
I love it. We ready for a close?
Mason, you got any last remarks for us?
Any closing remarks?
Any shout outs?
What do you want to permanently be your last remark on your first appearance?
For the next time you're on in 6 months.
For the next time I'm on, I gotta like leave a message for myself.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, you could. Yeah.
Leave it for yourself or for somebody else, or
just a closing remark.
Just a closing remark.
I don't know. Hope to not voice crack. While talking.
Hope to not voice crack while talking.
Mason, I think you did very well.
Voice crack.
Yeah, I'm proud of you.
I'm proud of you. I'm proud of the man you're becoming.
Thank you.
And you're getting after it. Good luck this season.
Thank you.
With the Spartans. Hope you guys do well. And I appreciate you being on.
Appreciate y'all having me.
Yep.
Shout out Terry.
Shout out Terry.
Shout out Terry.
Shout out Terry.
Let me talk about this real quick.
We were this close.
No.
Let me talk. Best tabletop topic.
Where's your
old, right here? I don't.
Where's your sash
Let me go
at?
get the ribbon. Let me get the ribbon. Hold on. I'll be right back.
Well, I'll occupy this. Gabe and I were fortunate enough to attend a Toastmasters meeting here in Colorado Springs, and he got set up by Big Dave with
Jimmy, pull up the photo of old Terry.
a topic.
Pull that up.
Jimmy.
we might end up cutting this out. I don't know. But Gabe right here won the best. He's trying to get it in the shot.
Baby.
Gabe won the best table topic speech.
Out of 9 people that were there.
Out of 9 people
At
there.
the
And it was
bottom
presented
corner.
to him by the president
Of Toastmasters.
Of Toastmasters.
District 26.
District 26.
At the bottom of like every episode, there should just be a small photo of Terry, like a little scavenger hunt.
on all of our platforms, we're going to have our names listed, and yours is going to be Gabe Hall, best table topic.
July 30th, 2025.
COO. All right, buddy.
All right, let's wrap her
Shout
up.
out Terry.
Shout out
Let's
Shout
wrap
out
it up.
Toastmasters. That's right.
What legends?
Good.
All right, Mason, do you know it? Close it out.
We love you.
Jesus loves you.
What?
Be good to your brother.
Be good to your brother.